First of all, I would like to recognize our dear colleague, our dear adopted son of Mindanao, Senator Robin Hood Padilla, for joining us in this hearing. And I'd like to ask our committee secretary, Ma'am Jane, to proceed with acknowledgement of resource persons for today's hearing. Good morning, all.
Thank you very much, honorable senators, distinguished guests. Good morning. From the Professional Regulation Commission, we have Dr. Annabel Sarabia. From the Department of Agriculture, we have Director Cyril Solyaban of the Philippine Council for Agriculture and Fisheries, PCAF, as well as Director Remelin Recoter. From the Commission on Higher Education, we have Attorney Peter Lloyd Carpio. Director Glenn Gregorio, Mr. Ronald Mascareñas. From the Philippine Association of Agriculturists, we have Dr. Roberto Ranyola with Dr. Karen Bautista and Dr. Fernando Sanchez Jr. From the League of Municipal Agricultural Officers, Municipal and City Agriculturists of the Philippines, we have Ms. Rizalina Quiros and Mr. Jomar Salagubang. For the record, Mr. Chair, Attorney Assistant Commissioner Ronquillo will be just late and will follow later. And the Department of Budget and Management will send their position papers. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Jane. I just have a short opening statement po. Hopefully, I'll just keep it short. Una sa lahat, maraming salamat sa ating mga resource persons na nandito po na yon, and Senator Robin Hood Padilla, of course, joining us in this hearing for the Philippine Agriculturist Act. Let me start by thanking Senator Bong Revilla, the chairperson of the Committee on Civil Service, Government Reorganization, Professional Regulation, for kindly creating a subcommittee for this measure, designating us as the subcommittee chair. As a licensed agriculturist, I feel it is my duty to champion this measure here in the Senate and hopefully secure its swift passage. This was a commitment I gave to the Philippine Association of Agriculturists earlier this year. Nandito po ating mga doktor. Nakasama ko po sila nung araw na yon. And they kindly invited me to speak to the National Congress, and I'm determined to follow through on my promise. As agriculturists working hand in hand with our farmers, we play a key role in optimizing the sustainable use of our lands and ensuring the productivity of our agricultural sector. As such, I believe it is high time that we further professionalize our agriculturists to empower them to provide the highest standard of service possible. Agriculture is an ever-evolving industry, so we have to make sure that our agriculturists are able to stay on top of this industry's latest achievements. Improving our professional regulations for agriculturists will also help us maintain a baseline of service across the country, which should then translate to a better coordinated agricultural sector, united in its big picture goals of sustainable productivity and ultimately food security. This is important especially amidst climate change as well as food supply uncertainties brought about by the volatile political conflicts abroad like what had happened sa Ukraine. So for today's hearing, I want to give our stakeholders some space to discuss with us the current state of the agriculturist profession in the country and steps we can take to ensure that our agriculturists will be able to provide even better and more competent services in keeping with the latest technological and academic developments in the sector. So I'd just like to reiterate kung gaano ka-importante ang agrikultura sa ating bansa. Yung aming mama bear nga sa Senado, si Senator Cynthia Villar, who is a strong advocate for agriculture and environment, talagang isang puso po kami, no, together with Senator Robin Padilla, na alagaan po natin ating mga magsasaka, alagaan po natin ang industriya ng agrikultura, Kasi kung wala po yan, ito po is food security, which is national security, at kailangan po natin mapakain, no, ng maayos ang ating mga kababayan dito sa ating bansa. And the absence of that, definitely it is a failure of national security. And so, without further ado, I would like to just thank once again each and everyone for coming. And I'd like to recognize the siguro COMSEC Attorney Ronquillo, sir.
Good morning,
Thank you for
Chair.
joining us. Good morning, sir. Good
Pasensya
morning.
na po for my title.
Alam ko, traffic na pupunta dito na yan. Palapit na tayo sa Pasko. Habang palapit ng Pasko, ay napakahirap na po mabiyahe sa Metro Manila. So, once again, maraming salamat, and I'd like to make special recognition to my fellow UPLB doctors that are here. Si Dr. Sanchez, kapatid, siya po'y aking chancellor ng UPLB. Pero bagong chancellor yan. Hindi yung panahon ko nung nag-aaral pa ako. Bata pa yan. Namatay na yung chancellor ko, si Dr. No, not de Guzman, ma'am. Si 91. Si, how can I forget, not the chancellor, sorry. Si, ating college dean, si Dean Paris, Tirso Paris. Oh, si Tirso. Yeah, he passed away na recently. And so I think at that time, yung chancellor na, and yung agricultural dean natin noon was national scientist si Javier. Yeah, Dr. Javier, Emil Javier. Yeah, that's right. So, maraming salamat muli sa inyo lahat. Panalo pala tayo, UP kagabi. Sorry, kailangan ko lang banggitin kasi tuntua kami. Kaya ko matatalo tayo sa Lasal. Pero tatay ko, masama loob ng tatay ko, Lasal yun eh. So, habang kumakain kami, gagalit siya. Anyway, so again, pleasant good morning to you all. So let's proceed. Let's start, of course, with our resource persons. Ay, yes, may open. Okay. Pero alam ko si Senator Robin, champion ng ating mga magsasaka. Kasi pamilya niyan taga Nueva Ecija. At tuwing may mga panukala about farmers or, for example, yung rice tarification at yung anti-agri-smuggling act, very active po si Sen. Robin sa floor. Of course, fighting for the rights of the farmers at ating mga magsasaka, kanilang pamilya. So maraming salamat. So let's start off, we start off with the sector, no? Our Philippine Association of Agriculturists will move down to the different agencies that are here. What the need? Maybe, do you have a presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please proceed, ma'am.
Magandang umaga po, Honorable Chair Senator Juan Miguel Zubiri and Senator Robin Hood Padilla, and to our distinguished guest, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. So I'll be presenting, paki-slideshow please po. Okay. Okay po. On behalf of the Philippine Association of Agriculturists and the PRC, Professional Regulatory Board of Agriculture, we're going to present the status of the Philippine agriculturists across the country. So this presentation is calling for an action to enact a professional regulatory law for the agriculture profession. Next slide, please. So the outline of our presentation is we're going to map out the Filipino agriculturists in the country's workforce, the rationale for the enactment of the Philippine Agriculturist Act, the declaration of support of the PAA and PRC, Professional Regulatory Board of Agriculture, in support to the enactment of the PA bill. Next, please. So next, please. So last May 10, 2024, just this year, President Bongbongmarcos Jr. issued the Presidential Proclamation 544, declaring July of every year as Philippine Agriculturist Month. This is a testament of the President's support to the Filipino agriculturist. One of the highlights of the Presidential Proclamation is that recognizing the contributions of agriculturists and highlighting their importance through a dedicated month will honor their hard work and dedication and raise awareness about the significance of the agriculture sector in enhancing nationwide agriculture productivity and competitiveness. So even PBBM recognizes